What is up, nerds? We're back again with another video. Today, I'm going to commentate once again for a video since I don't really have like any ideas as of now for like any like any like new gameplays or any event to play on. Honestly, at the moment, yeah, I know. To my loyal viewers, I do apologize for not posting like anything like very exciting or very or very like entertaining for that much. Like I just been posting like just random things on on how I feel like it at the moment, and I'll just not really edit it well. I'll just like post something and put music in the background and then call it a day. I do apologize if y'all do want like better content. Please let me know in the comment section. That's just what I've been thinking about for a while. So uh, but I do prefer like just like I like just this one-on-one talk with y'all guys. Because I just kind of like to, shit to chat with my viewers, because why not? I want to, I want to give y'all like my perspective on things sometimes, and maybe y'all learn from it. Maybe I don't know. I'm just a lame guy who plays Minecraft. So, anyways. So relationship, yeah, we all know this. I'm like half of you may be like lonely, and I do apologize, but hopefully this will help you get like a girlfriend, boyfriend, fish, whatever. So me and my girlfriend has been together for about 6 years now, 6 to 5 years, possibly four. I'm not sure. Um, we have been together since sophomore year, which was like 2022, 2023ish, I think. I think 2022, somewhat. And we have been together since. We have graduated together and everything, and it is now 2026, and we've been going strong. I mean, yeah, sure, things have, I mean, like everything wasn't perfect, but the fact that we have stayed together this far is honestly it's honestly outstanding to me, and I'm still in denial on this one girl who is willing to put up with me for a while. So, uh, honestly, shout out to her because the fact because the fact that she's just been sticking with me for a while is crazy. So, anyways, moving forward, during this relationship, being with her has taught me a lot. By the way, and just to clarify, I have been through like past relationships, and I have learned a lot from them. But for this one, I have learned, in my opinion, possibly like maybe a lot more. My phone's been going off. Uh, I have been learning honestly like a lot more, and it's just that I feel grateful in a way. So the number one thing, honestly, that my girlfriend has taught me was that she taught me patience mainly. Cause I remember back then I was kind of, I mean, like I was always like a patient guy, but like in like early high school, I wasn't as patient as I am now. I would always get mad over something so small. Like, um, I remember like some things that weren't to normally, get under my skin would get under my skin. Like I'm not sure what it was, but it's just that I would get mad every time, and I guess it was because of personal things going on around me during that time, and it was just burning me out a lot, and I think that was like causing me to snap at like some people that I wouldn't normally snap at. And she has taught me like kind of more patience because I just like every time I see her now, like I see her as this little pink petal, from like a blossom tree, a little smooth, fragile petal, and when it lands on your hand, you just don't want to, you don't want to hurt it. You want to cherish that petal. And just looking at that petal just melts every tension in your body. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but that's just how I can explain it. Like every time I see her, either I mean like it can be today, tomorrow, or whatever. Just seeing her just melts all my tension away, and I just cherish her the best I can, cause like you just never know. Now, number two of what my relationship has taught me is to be more open. You know, cause I would keep to myself a lot. By the way, my phone keeps going off. I am so sorry. Um, um, I, I would keep to myself a lot. You know, I just I, I was just like mainly raised the way to where I'm not really allowed to really show feelings or just mainly like emotions such as like sadness or whatever, like because like every time I would, I feel as if I was weak in some way. Yeah, I just didn't want to be open to anyone, and it took me a while to be open with her, but but she has taught me that being open really does save a lot of stress. That it saves a lot of trouble, a lot of unwanted trouble, because obviously you know you don't know what the other person is feeling unless they tell you. There is no hints or whatever. And see, like, and that's why I don't fully believe the whole crap of, women, you have to see their hints or whatever, blah blah blah. It's and if you're a girl who believes in that, you get mad, and you don't tell your partner. Honestly, I really hope that whatever relationship you are in just ends right then and there, cause that's just unhealthy. If you're like, if you're mad about something, and if you're like, sad or whatever, don't just expect your partner to like read your mind and it can immediately come comfort you when they don't even know what the fuck's going on. So being open about it, saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what is my mind. Tell me, whatever, whatever, so on, so on. You know, and that, and every time I do, and every time I ended up doing that, it just brings us closer. Cause she does the same thing to me too. If she has something on her mind, that either that's going on, maybe at her work or maybe going on in her life that I currently don't know, she'll tell me about it, and I'll gladly like give her either a comfort hand or I'll just tell her, my opinions and what I think about the situation, and it really does lift out so much. It really lets out so much off your chest, honestly, and it has made us go closer, so, all the time. And there are some days where we'll just like I get into like a little like petty arguments, but like I'm like after a while, we just laugh at it on how stupid on how stupid the argument was. So yeah, so being open was a real lesson for me, and and for the other one that I learned too, and honestly, this was also like a very big one as well, and that is like don't be afraid to ask help, especially from a guy standpoint. For a man, you don't want to ask for help because you're the man. You're expected to know all this and that. You're supposed to handle everything all at once because you're the man. That is your job. But that was kind of like leading me to be like overly stressed a lot, and just kind of sharing that pile, with someone else really does help a lot. You know, I mean, I still don't like, like asking for help. That is still a thing I don't like to do. But there's times where I'm like, hey, this has been kind of, keeping me back from something, and I need your help on it. That's the one thing that makes me like love her more because she's like willing to help me out if things were to be beyond me, and yeah, just very great. So yeah, that's one of the things. And let's see. what other things that has taught me a lot, you know? Oh, and like a relationship is not only about holding hands. I'm pretty sure that's like common sense, but to some people who like young people who still think that oh, okay, like a relationship is all about the butterflies in your stomach, all about the holding hands. No, it's way more than that. Cause mainly it's all about the commitment. Mainly, cause like the amount of times where me and her were like distant in some way, because either we're just too busy sometimes, or we just or we're just too focused on the subject at hand on what we're doing, and we just completely we just neglect each other, and there's probably some days where she maybe be questioning our relationship, because like I'm gonna be honest, I have questioned it too. Not because I lost feelings for her, but just because that I kind of felt kind of away from her, you know. But I like I decided to kind of like wait that out. I don't know. It's very hard to explain. It's very hard to explain, but like I was committed for her, and I stayed with her all the way through, And of course, like there's some days where like, well, like even now we don't see each other as much as we did in high school, for sure. Because one, we don't see each other every day anymore. Because one, we're graduated. Two, we both got jobs. I have school and I work. She doesn't have school, but she works a lot. And her schedule is like basically on par with my schedule almost. But it's just our schedules makes it to where it's kind of impossible to see each other every day. Cause she works, right. Cause she works in the afternoons, and I work in the mornings. But I also have school in the mornings as well. And on the days that I only have school, she has work. But the days that I get off of school, like in the mornings, by the time I get off work, I mean off school, she goes to work. So that's basically, saying that we don't see each other often, but well, well, I wouldn't say like not often, because we do see each other like once a week or so. We try to make it a habit, and that has helped us a lot, obviously, because seeing each other is just a blessing. Just seeing her face is it's always a blessing to me. Like I thank God uh for having her love me. I'm surprised. Like again, like I'm still in denial sometimes, because I would think back and say like I don't really deserve her, but she's she deserves a lot, and I really hope that I can give her that lot. I really hope I can give her all that she wants and needs. So, and the other things that I have learned, I mean, like I learned a lot, but about the one thing, about the other thing that I have learned more is to also kind of cherish the time I do have with her, but also acceptance as well. You know, I to me, I do believe I learned what actual love is, and I do believe that that in order to love somebody truly, is to also accept any outcomes. As in the hard outcomes, and to accept it. Such as if she ever loses feelings for me one day, like like one day she thinks that okay, like I don't love you anymore. I'm sorry. It's just that you know, whatever, like whatever is the reason, you know, it's just, like I don't think it's working out. If one day she ever thinks that, one, I would really hope she would just tell me, like just straight up tell me that, okay, if this is how you feel, please tell me. I I've told her that many times. Like if she ever feels as if we aren't if we aren't connecting as we used to, then I would want her to tell me. And if that day ever comes, I would fully accept. I would fully accept that outcome, and I would, and I would be willing to let her go from there. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't care. I mean, like, I'll be 100% devastated for sure. Like, I'll be hurt beyond words, but but I'm willing to accept it because that is how much I love her. You know. So like acceptance is what I have learned a kind of relationship, and that's why I am cherishing every moment I do have with her. Because like you just never know what will happen. Because it won't even be like relationship wise, like breaking up or whatever. It could be like one day, like one day, like maybe like I'll probably die somehow one day, or next day she'll probably like to like that's why I cherish her a lot, on every time I either see her or yeah. So, anyways, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the video of my little rant. I just wanted to say something, and hopefully y'all learned something. So, anyways, yeah, nerds.